All right, so we're gonna do this every Monday, right? And that was my fault. I didn't feel well yesterday, so no excuse. But we'll have this done, and I really want to go over it just because, like I told you guys before, I feel like we get people close and then we lose them, and that's going to be part of recruiting. So be prepared for that. Keep your head up. But like that's just how things work with recruiting. I want to make sure we try to get them in as much as possible and figure out next steps. So if it's like you don't know where to go, maybe you don't ask me, I want to know where that person's at so they can just say, this is next steps and this is what you need to do. I do want to say thank you guys very much. I've heard everybody making phone calls. You guys are all making 20 talk-tos. You guys are pounding the phone. I think the newbies are less scared, correct? So you're not scared to make phone calls anymore? So you guys can give yourself a round of applause. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was a long road to get there, but just do me a favor, keep up the good work. And if you make 100 talk-tos, you know, we need to at least get 6 appointments. That's the new goal. Like, we have to get 6 appointments. I want 2 for each branch. I figure 6 out of 100. Sometimes it's not always going to happen, and then sometimes it will, right? Here's what starts to happen, though. You guys, your interviews will grow because you'll have 6 appointments every week, and then those other appointments will start turning into face-to-faces. We always count those. Even though you might not set them up, you know, your branch manager might set them up, or Marco might want to call. I mean, that still counts as an appointment. It's just not a first appointment, okay? But then they'll start growing where you're getting 15 and 20 appointments. I mean, I think I had like 19 one week, right? So that's really good. That's what I want our conversion rates to get to. I do want to make sure that when you're sending Valerie an email with the production report, just write in there how many first appointments it was. So if there was 2 first appointments in Chicago, you write 2 first appointments. Just put 2 appointments or 2 first Chicago. 3 first, you know, Sparks, Nevada, wherever it is, right? Just so she knows, because this is what Todd wants, and this is what we're keeping up with, okay? So we had like 90 so far, we had 90 in June. I think last month we had like 60, and that obviously because there's 2 new people, but that's good. And I want to get back to like our numbers again, and we'll get all that totaled up, and let's start making sure we hit those appointments, because then we'll get the hires. I don't want to run through all this craziness here. It's just all our numbers, because I think we keep track of those. So we had 1 hire in June. That was you, correct? Was that you? Yeah. Pretty sure Lisa Wells, but this is only Summit. So we've had more hires than that, but that's good. I want to get it up to where you guys are hiring 1 a month. I think 12 a year is pretty reachable. I did 30, I looked at it, I did 28 last year. Now, I did have leads, and I'll be honest with you, but I looked at others, and about 19 of them were myself. So I got like 9 leads that actually went through. So I think you guys can do it. Actually, I don't think, I know you can. So let's just keep up pounding the phones, it'll come. Yours will start to happen, right? You're just starting to get really busy, you know what I mean? And when you're doing a lot of work, and I really appreciate you being a trooper, it'll just start to happen, right? You'll get higher, and then you'll get like 4, or you guys will hit a branch and you'll make, you know, $12,000. So, I meant to ask you this. We got 59 appointments in Cincinnati, Ohio. Are those all first, or are those just appointments, period? No. Okay, so I want to fix that. Well, this is total interviews. So I need to track on here the first appointments. I know we do it on here, but I need to track on this, and I'll get that fixed. That's really good. Congratulations, Eric. I know we went over this the other day and the camera stopped, but San Diego's, we just started with that, 14 interviews. Eugene, we kind of just started with that as well. That's actually even newer.
No,
so
San Diego, we've been at a while. I was on it about a month after I started in Cincinnati.
So let's work on this.
I've been working on it, dude. I'm trying.
And then I know that you'll get that, okay? That'll just take time.
Oregon's coming along pretty well so far. I've got a
Do
few.
you feel that those people are nice out there?
Yeah.
I felt like when I was calling there,
I mean,
there was a
lot. I mean,
there was a lot of people that weren't interested, but they were open to talk to me. Like, they're like, oh, I know Dave. Dave's an awesome guy. I actually wouldn't go work for him, but you know, if I ever did move from this company, because you know, there's a lot of competition out there. If I ever did move, that's where I would go.
Well, I haven't really focused in Eugene too much. I've been focusing more in Portland.
Well, that's, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
But in Eugene, period, they're all pretty nice.
Yeah, no, I'm getting that as
well.
So
hold on to that and just keep it for, you can keep it looking over and throw it away, or you can keep it for your records, I don't care. But I want you guys to look at this just because I like to save stuff like this, and we are, like, we're saving all these. That way we can go back and look that when we had 5 people, now we have $30, how much different it was, right? So I just want you to I circled Dan because I want you to focus on him, okay? I know California is hard. San Francisco is crushing me. I mean, I had like 6 guys in a row. One guy literally told me, "Don't ever call me again," and he like hung up on me, and then the next guy was like, he dropped the F-bomb. It's like, really? I'm like, I didn't even say that, but I don't even yell back. I just go, okay, cool, see you later, dude. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. But San Francisco's tough. I know San Diego is because I did call out there for a little bit. So I know that you're on Brentwood, and I'll eventually get that back. So let's hit Brentwood until we pick up Cobalt, okay? And let's work on Brenda. I know you got one the other day, so congratulations. So great job. I got to work on Dan Miller. We got like 3 people that are in the box though, so I'm pretty sure that we're going to hire those. That's a good start. Boise, you've done a good job. You've got a couple in the pipeline, right? The one guy wasn't a satellite. You know, well, he is a satellite, but he wasn't really ready for it. That happens. Just remember, like Rick says, you know, we're going to grow apples and then we're going to grow tomatoes, right? I mean, that guy could turn into an apple. If he ever moves over, we have all documentation that that's your person and that you will get paid on it, okay? I do want to go over that. If you guys pick up an area, like, I've always been in touch with Brian McWilliams, okay? Now, it's a little different because I'm your manager and I want you guys to make money, but, like, I don't care. So, like, if you guys, like, let's say you had 10 people that you were actively talking to in Tom Air, and I gave it to him. As long as you're actively I'm talking about, like, they're in meetings, then you keep them. If they're not, and they're, like, 6 months later, that's Josh's area now, he just needs to take over. I mean, you guys are calling and getting people that I didn't get interested in, you as well, that I got interested, fell back, may have not got interested, now they're interested again. So we just need to, I just want you guys to know that. You guys are gonna get areas eventually that may have been stomped on and may have not. I wanna get you guys in fresh areas because you're, you know, the first 5, including Christie, you know what I mean? Just because I think it's a little bit easier. Bloomfield and Tennessee are tough. Bloomfield the most, okay? And yours, I mean, Charlotte's been turned over quite a few times. So, and we need to, I'm gonna sit down and talk with Rick about that. I think eventually, and we're never gonna stop recruiting, but I eventually need to take my guys that I think are good and give you something where you can explode, right? Like, I know you like Charlotte, but I wanna eventually get you something where you can get higher, like you got California now, so you're gonna have higher end guys. There's a lot of high end guys out there, so it's a bigger compensation, right? But after a while, 4 or 5 years, it's just like you're beating a dead horse, you know what I mean? I'd rather give it to someone that's new or give it a little bit of a break. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to chip the iceberg away from Rick on that. So here, we've got 2 total interviews for Boise. Let's work on that. I know that he might fill those spots, but I don't think that one lady's gonna come aboard, Lori Adams, so let's focus on this. And I'll get you your other 2, right? They're coming. Christy's actually doing pretty well. She got like, it's funny, I was on LinkedIn yesterday, and I don't know how I ran across this guy. He said he's looking for, was he looking for a new opportunity? No, he's just a branch manager. I said, hey, I don't know if you called this guy. Call him, right? She calls him and immediately sets up an appointment. I thought it was funny. So she's obviously doing pretty well and getting good. And
I sent you a dude for it.
You know you guys as well. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
When?
I sent you a LinkedIn lead for it because the guy was like,
Oh, that's right.
seeking new opportunities.
Yeah, I sent that to her. And I've noticed lately there's been a couple people, so like I don't want you guys spending a lot of time on LinkedIn, but there has been quite a few people that I've seen on LinkedIn looking for new opportunities, and when I click on them, they're mortgage professionals. So just if you can run through or look through your area, I mean, it always helps. And you've gotten a lot of luck with, you know, LinkedIn. It's a softer approach, and sometimes it's nice to take a break from pounding the phone and talk to people, you know what I mean? Because you can set up a couple of appointments that way. Christy's doing well. She's got like 19 interviews for Central Valley. Roseville, she's got 21. In Sacramento, she's got 16. I think she started around a month ago, so she's crushed that area, which generally is pretty easy to do. So I know you just started with Kirk. Josh, how's that going?
I just started calling for California yesterday.
Okay.
And I think I talked to one person.
Okay.
Bud Bills. He was a super down sort. But other than that, I mean.
Okay. So we're a little low on appointments. Let's crush it this week. I just want you to, I learned in the beginning, I did learn in the beginning, excuse me. I started off in the beginning like yourself where I was kind of passive. And it wasn't that I was scared to push people a little bit. So I want you to just try to work on that. I want you to just this week, don't like over push, but just be like, really, like, why wouldn't you take a call? Just try to throw just one extra verse, comment out there, and then you'll eventually get to the point where you'll start to sell people. You know, it's like, well, you're right, you know, and that's what I want to do because those are the people that move. Because what they do is they come over and they're like, oh my God, this place is incredible, right? Summit is amazing. I wish I would have known this months and months ago, but I didn't. The frustrated people are always good to get, but sometimes they're not always a good fit because they come in and then it's not really the company, it's really them, and then they're out and then you guys don't get paid and it's just this annoying cycle, right? Cool, thank you. And I'm gonna run a little over because I wanna go over our hot leads. So let's work on all three of those branches. Give me some appointments this week. I want 6 out of you guys every week, okay? Chris, 30 in South Charlotte, 11 in Cornelius. Irvine, we just started. You just got a big producer for Joe, great job. And then you're no longer with Merit, so we won't count that. Joe's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
If you can get him interviews, I guarantee they'll get hired. I mean,
I agree.
He's legit. This guy's like making a spreadsheet. I mean, kudos to him, right? We need all branch shift managers to be like that. So maybe what I'll do is just copy what he does and the emails, start forwarding some of those to me, and I'll pass those out and be like, hey, this is how you branch managers need to be if you guys want to recruit. Because what's going to happen is we're going to start hiring a lot of people for Joe. Real quick, don't need to go over Sean, Chris. We already talked about him. He's kind of on
I was
hold.
gonna say, I've got a few on there, if that's last week's in there on there.
Nah, don't worry about this. We're just gonna go over this quickly. We'll get, I want you to get the new ones for next week. Make sure you always update the board. So
Yes, it's
that's,
on
okay, and that's where Valerie will get them, okay? What's up with Jason? Anything new with him?
No, I'm calling him today, actually, him and Mario. Jason, he's not the decision maker, because we're trying to get their brokerage over, so it's John Israel. So
Okay.
I'm trying to get John Israel in front of Rick, so that's,
Okay.
once we get that set
Do you
up.
think you'll like Rick? Have
Um,
you ever talked to him? I mean, I should ask that first.
so Jason thinks, no, I have not talked to him, sent a couple emails back and forth.
Okay?
You know, Jason is